start with.
Wait, can you take a camera to me? Say, wait, am I gonna be in the video or just talking?
You started already. You're gonna be in the video.
Oh, you already started the live? Oh, I wanted to see you before you started the live.
You look fine. You want to see? Oh, don't worry. I'll introduce you.
So rude.
See what I'm saying? Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Belinda. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Greetings, you guys. Greetings, greetings. Welcome in. Well, I hope y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me, right? Happy, what's it, Monday? Happy Monday. Happy joy. Happy Monday. Good. Happy Monday, guys. I hope you are having a beautiful, blessed day. I wanted to come on here and bring, hey, Miranda. LaDonna, how are you doing? I hope y'all can see the thumbnail on here of me and my wife's picture, well, of my wife's picture, because it is her I want to speak today. I wanted to bring my wife on here and speak on some things because I know you all tired of hearing me, and probably my perception of things probably, you know, it's kind of boring now, right? Because you want to hear me all the time. Hey, Shajika, how are you doing? Sharika, okay, how are you doing? Um, so I wanted to come on here and speak on some things. Me and my wife was watching a movie. Um, hey, Julie. Me and my wife was watching a video, and the video when we went to the gym today, it sparked a conversation um, from the video that we were watching, and we was just talking. So I wanted her to come on here and just speak from what she wants to speak. Um, yeah, just to speak what she was saying. This is just remember this is a grown woman. This is not she's grown. She looks young, but she's grown. By the way, this is Jasmine. This is Jasmine. Jasmine, you might have to come closer because the mic is gonna block you. You have to sit next to me. This is Miss Jasmine. Miss Jasmine is cold. Um, for some reason, she's always cold. I guess the um, I guess the temperature is not her best friend. She's always cold. They are saying hi. So Jasmine is y'all know she's in the military. She's been in the military for about I should give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. No, she's not usually on here much. Um, she don't really do social media at all, at all. No, never mind. And Jasmine's been in the military for 15 years. I met Jasmine in the military about 10 years ago. We were both in the military, and we have been together for quite a bit of time, maybe 10 years. We've been talking, 8 years we've been married. And so a lot of things that I speak about what my experience of this relationship is and what my past relationship. And Jasmine has been in the army for 15 years. I mean, 15 years. She has done many different assignments when it comes to leadership. She's been a drill sergeant. I know you all can't tell, but this is a mean chick right here, man. It's a mean chick. She's mean now. I know she looks innocent, but she is mean as hell. And now she's in a position where she is in charge of a whole bunch of people in a senior leader position. And this is her. So, Jasmine, say hello to the people.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
I hope they can hear you. Can you hear her voice? I know she have a smaller voice, so just making sure that you all can hear her. Can you all hear her? Hey, Morocco. What the heck? Can you all hear her? Say hello again, because I don't have to hear you.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
So this is my folks right here. Can you all hear us still? Because you are kind of quiet. You all there? Okay, good. They can hear you. They can hear you. Okay, they can hear you. So this is what we want to talk about. Now, I don't know what's going on with this. So this is what we want to talk about, okay? Now, Jasmine being in the military for 15 plus years, she can be seen as a very masculine, dominant little person, even though you can't tell, right? Because she looks so soft and feminine, or soft and timid. People think she's timid. So she's been in the military for 15 plus years. And in being in the military for that long, it can be a little complicated, okay? It can be a little complicated because she has that authority, she has that, that responsibility that she has to take care of on a daily basis. She has that, she's taking care of a whole bunch of, she is guiding a whole bunch of men. She works with a whole bunch of men in the military. And so, but when she comes home, she's not like what she is at work. Now, I wanted to ask her so that you guys can actually understand where she's coming from, because I think one thing that I get a lot of times, I get questions that says, well, what if I am working, and how do I be feminine? How do I change over to the feminine lifestyle, or that feminine energy? How can you be in a masculine dominated work where you have to be masculine and talk to men and cuss men out sometimes, then come home and be feminine? Do you have an answer for that? How do you balance that feminine and masculine energy?
I don't, I don't know really. Um,
By the way, this is how she is. By the way, this is just how she is. She's soft spoken at home. How do you balance it? You know how you balance it?
um, I think my personality at home is the real me, and the personality that I play at work is a personality.
You gotta speak on it because I don't know. They're thinking of reaching the mic.
Oh,
Your voice gotta reach the mic.
um, so I just think my personality at home is like the is my true personality. That's the most like comfortable I am, most relaxed. Like that's just who I am, like normally. And then the personality that I am at work kind of is a character, but kind of not. It's like just a more elevated version of me. But it is a little bit of a character because I have to play a certain role in order to, like, not to be mean, but strike fear in some people's heart.
Strike fear in people's heart, grown men's heart too, huh? But how do you turn it off?
um, I think it just comes down to like my interactions with you, my interactions with the kids, and um, just taking the time to like relax and just be present at home.
Would you say that if you did, would you say that the man that you choose has a big part to do with you being softer at home? Or because if you chose a man who couldn't take care of business, do you think that you knowing that what you do at work, messing with all those grown men and bossing them around, how do you respect a man? How do you see men differently? Because I think a lot of times that role that we play, or that role that we play at work, we bring it home. So how do you respect the man at home when you see so much men who just sad?
Uh, just the things that you do at home, like um, just being a not a dominant figure, but like just more of a like a leader. So in that respect, I don't necessarily need to come home to lead. I can come home and be semi follower. Like I'm not like 100% complicit, but about 75% follower, 25% leader at times. Um, but because you're able to take the leadership role, then I'm able to like relax and hang out and chill and, just be more gentler and nice
And sweet.
and loving.
Yes, Zen Life. That's my beautiful little wife right here. Um, so let me ask you this: can a woman become soft and live that soft life without a man? Can you
Um,
be in your feminine without a man being there? Especially when you are especially when you have kids. Can you be a feminine? Can you be in your feminine without a man being there?
I think you can, but it's a lot harder. Like, I know that before, like, when like back in the day when I was with Joshua by myself, you said that like there were times that I was like mean, but there's a lot of times I was really soft to him, and he probably did walk on me a lot. But I think that you can. It's just harder because you have to play both roles at the same time, and sometimes you get in those roles where you may not be able to turn them off, so easily.
Do you consider yourself a masculine woman? Because if you ask me, right? If you ask me, if I never saw you before, right? And I look at you and I look at your body. Hey Erica, hey Kathy, um, hey Deidre, how you doing? If I look at you, hey LaShawn, if I look at you and I've never seen you before, and I see you in your uniform and you don't smile in your uniform, I would think
I
that you're
do
a
smile sometimes in my
you don't
uniform.
really smile. You don't smile.
Sometimes.
I would think that you're a dude, a masculine little person. So check this out, right? This is my wife. Now, what is see how ain't this masculine right here? Isn't this like a masculine look? Again, this is not, I know some people are gonna be like, I can't believe you put your wife out like that. This is not what is happening. Me and my wife don't have that kind of issue. But this is my wife as of yesterday. This is how she trained. This is what she does. Hey, Jamisha. This is because me and her go to the gym every single day. Every day she's off, we're in the gym. Every weekend, we in the gym, right? When she's not at work. But this is Jasmine right here. Now, looking at this picture, right, and taking up her role that she plays at work, I would consider you more masculine. How do you consider yourself?
Um, uh, I don't consider myself either one because yes, at work I can be like very masculine. I could be very rough around the edges. I can be very strict. I can be like, "Hey, I'm tired of messing with y'all. Like, just do what I say, and that's it." Like, yes, I can be like that at work, and then at home I can be nice and sweet and let's play and hug and
But how can you
go
be that
eat
sweet?
ice
How?
cream.
But how can you? How? Some people can't turn that off. A lot of them. Listen, let me ask you a question, right? Let me. Somebody said you can't imagine you shouting.
Yeah.
If you, I don't want to know. If you, I want to know. Um, but how do you? A lot of women ask me, how do you turn it off? I think that's the question that I wanted to ask. How can you switch from the masculine where you stay for hours? You wake up in the morning at 4, and you go to work or 4:30 or 5. Then you go to where you leave here at 5 o'clock. You go on from then until 5 p.m. you are in a 5, 6 p.m. You are in a masculine role where you are leading men, a couple women, but men, grown men, men older than you, men bigger than you, men stronger than you. How do you switch that off? I think that's the question I have.
Uh,
You hear a voice?
I think it just happens. I think it's just because I'm done playing the role. Like I come home, I'm able like everything's good at home, so I can just be my natural self.
Okay, be your natural self. So let's say you had a man who lived with you, who wasn't taking care of the financial obligations or the bills, let's say, or the home, and you come home and nothing was taken care of. Can you be that same feminine? Can you be that? Can you switch? Would you be able to switch if the man that you had at home was not doing his part?
Well, maybe not, because I guess I still have to be a leader at home.
A leader at
I
home.
still have to do all the things at home too.
So that's when you would assume that you don't need a man.
Probably.
So that's why people say, I don't need a man. Let me ask you a question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you need a man? By the way, I never asked her this before. This is the first time I'm asking her this question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how how much would you say that you need a man? I'm putting you on the spot. How much do you need a man?
Need a man in what regards? So,
Whatever regards that come to your mind when I say it.
uh, I don't need a man financially. Uh, my kids probably need a man because I'm probably not that strict with them as
You are strict with them.
Kirk is.
You stricter than me with them.
No.
You told me I got soft.
Yeah, in like the past 2 years. But before that, you're the most strict.
But you told me I got soft, right? You told me you got so soft. Why are you soft? Ain't that what you told me?
It's only in like the past 2 years.
Well, the past 2 years is all I got. I got soft. Place where she can feminine at home helps. Someone said, Kirk, she's very feminine. Stop saying that to her. If Tim said that to me in front of people, I'd be embarrassed. No, no, no. We're not talking like that, right? Because I'm telling you about the roles that she played. The roles, her fitness goals, the competitive nature.
So so somebody said on there, honestly, yelling or being firm with men is very feminine. So in my, I would say in my line of work, when you are firm with men, they actually consider it very masculine. They consider you to be
Can you speak a little bit?
they consider you to be very masculine. They consider you to be very rigid. They consider you to be like very like bitch. They consider you to not be friendly. They consider you like in a very negative manner when you are that way.
And do you think that you have to try to be that way more, or do you have to in those roles that you play at work? Do you have to try to be that hard, or can you relax at work, man, and try not be soft? Like, what if you can be soft at work?
So there's times that you are soft, like when you're talking to soldiers and they have problems and things like that. Like at times I do look at them like how would like if they were my child, how would I help them in that situation? And yeah, you are soft. Um, but if I'm gonna be out there like leading men, I gotta show them that I'm tough too. Like I gotta show them that I can pull my weight. I have to show them that I'm strong and that I'm fit and that I'm fast and that if they need to, they can also count on me. And then at the same time, I still have to show them like, look, what I say is what I mean, and what I mean is what I say. Like I can't be wishy washy. Um, I have to stand firm on my thoughts. I have to stand firm on my beliefs. Like, I can't let people peer pressure me into doing things that I don't believe are right And sometimes that doesn't go well, especially when you have like a 6'2" person towering over you, telling you that you should do this, and you're telling them, no, I'm not going to do that, and I'm only 5'4". Like they're 6'2", 200 and something pounds, and I'm 5'4", 140 pounds, and they're towering over you, trying to convince you to do something otherwise. Like, or sometimes they may need you to do something you don't feel it's right, and then they're like, "Oh, you're not a team player." I am a team player. Just what you're asking me is not something that I can do at this point. And, sometimes being a woman in a male dominated industry is hard, because it's like you go to the table, you have a seat at the table, but the table is men, and you're the only one present.
Does that make you feel insecure?
It sometimes it makes you feel like, is your voice really counted?
Do you think it is?
I do think it is, because at the end of the day, I've shown up every time with good ideas and ideas that have proven to be right.
Yeah.
So at that point, my word is good. My foot is in the door and it's good. But sometimes you have to prove yourself before they trust you.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this. Um, Earlier we were talking about when you was married before, right? Because by the way, this is your second marriage. I know some of y'all don't know this. Actually, many of you don't know this because I don't mention these things. But so this is Jasmine's second marriage. Um, in your first marriage, were you different from what you are now as the wife that you are now, and why?
I am different. I think because the circumstances were different. Um, at the time of my first marriage, um, I was um, at the really like the beginning stages of me joining the army, and the person that I married, I uprooted them from home to where I had to go from the army. So I made them quit their job. I made them give up their life. I made them um, pretty much give up everything that they knew or had to be with me. So I was different in the respect as, yes, I was married to a man, but I knew that I would have to take on the financial burden because I made him give up everything for me. Um, Whereas now I'm in a relationship
Wait, so
where,
were you in? So when you, when you moved and you took on the responsibility of financially,
Mhm.
did you see him any different? Did you still see him the same, or did you have resentment towards him?
So in the beginning, I did not see him any different. I did not have any resentment. I didn't feel any kind of different way towards him because, you know, I caused this situation. Like I made him do all these things for me. If he wanted to be with me, I made him give up everything. Um, it's just that the situation that we were in, we kind of made deals that didn't exactly go as planned. So because the deals didn't necessarily go as planned, is where emotions and feelings and things started to change.
What you mean it didn't go as planned? You mean financially?
No,
Oh, not financially?
no, like, so like pretty much like we just had like a deal that like because he didn't have a job or whatever, like the kind of the roles were reversed, where he was like the house husband, so he was supposed to clean and cook and that kind of stuff.
Like
and
me? Damn, so you went from one stuff to the next one that was the same dynamic, huh?
and those things didn't happen, so I was end up being the one who went to work, and the one who came home and cooked every day, and the one who came home and cleaned up, and the one who did laundry every weekend, and the one who vacuumed and cleaned the bathrooms and all that stuff. So it was like, well, like kind of resentment started because I was literally doing all the work and making all the money. So it was like, okay, well, if you're not gonna clean up at home, then maybe you should try to find a job. And then when they were comfortable not working and not cleaning, that's when the deal that we had wasn't working out. It wasn't the deal that we made wasn't being honored.
So, do you think, did you stop loving him then?
Over time, um,
Because he wasn't putting his weight
I think it started out as an annoyance. Like,
every
oh,
time
this
you showed
is
up?
like really annoying that every time I come home,
You're on the couch.
you're on the couch, like, oh, there's a lot of dishes in the sink. Like, at first it was just like an annoyance, like, oh, like, come on, like, what are you doing? Can we get it together? Like, can you put a little effort? Like, you know what I mean? At first it was like annoyance. And then after like a while of annoyance, it became like anger, like just mad. And then after a while of mad, it became like
Resentment, straight up.
was like yeah, it just like it just moves in stages. Like it doesn't just start like, oh, I resent you today. Like it's like in stages. Like after a while of this and that and this, like, and still throughout the whole time, you still keep trying to honor the deal.
The
But
marriage, you mean? The deal
yeah,
of the marriage?
well, both. But it's like I need some like this two-way street. Like this two-way street. Like I need some help here. Like what are we doing?
So, at the end of that relationship, would you say that you stayed? Would you able to switch back to the softness or no?
You said at the end of the relationship. Well, at the end of the relationship, I was single, so
Can you go into your softness being single?
I think so.
You really think so? So, what's the role of a man being in making you soft? What do you think the role of a man in making you soft? Some people call it living a soft life. What's the role of a man with you being soft?
The role of a man in making
Because
me soft.
because obviously this one that you had before, I ain't compared. Well, yes, you said that he wasn't working or keeping his end of the deal. Could you have been soft then? If it was your choice, could you have been soft then in that relationship? And could you stay?
But it's like, how could I be soft though? Because if I'm soft, then, well, I think I was still soft because I was still like at home doing the house and cooking, cleaning, all that stuff. I still was soft, but there were some aspects that were masculine because I'm trying to, you know,
Provide and
provide
protect.
and stuff. So I think it was kind of weird. It was kind of both at the same time. Maybe it was like miscommunication. I don't know. But it was kind of like both at the same time. Like I was still soft, like because I think that's like just a natural part of me to be soft too. I don't think that ever is just gonna like leave and go away
Somebody is asking, can you see the difference in being married to Kirk?
from the other guy.
Yeah, from this marriage, your softness.
Well, yeah, because it's a whole different type of relationship.
What do you think the difference is? Oh, what's the difference?
Um,
Because I know, I come on here and I speak a message, and I think a lot of times people might think that I'm just talking, or I don't know what they think. I mean, but I think some people want to know if I'm really living that life, or if, because people gonna look at you and you look so cute and young, and then they're gonna assume that I'm overpowering you. I'm over. I'm over, right? Because I'm big and I'm loud and I'm always talking, and they don't hear you talk. They don't see your presence on social media. They don't hear you comment on social media. So what's the difference now? What did I ask? How now can she see the difference between married to Kirk?
Um, well, it's a whole new relationship. So like, um, the softness, I guess, I per se would be that. Yeah, I still do all those things. I still cook. I still clean. I still do all that stuff. I don't have to worry about anything really. Like, it's bad to say, but I get to keep all my own money.
You see how she smiled when she says that?
So like really like all the money that I make I spend on like either like a trip or I buy the kids something or we go out to eat. Like we're just able to like have fun and not like worry or stress or just think about, oh, this money needs to go somewhere.
Yeah. But when you come home, the food is cooked.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time the food is cooked. The place is not as clean as when you do it, but it's clean enough because you got three bad kids.
No, but it's alright. Except for you when you let your kids leave their book bags and shoes right by the door, and I come in and trip on them.
But so, but then what you just admitted was that a man has a lot of influence in you being soft from you being hard.
I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're saying. A man has a big influence. The man that you choose has a big influence. And if so, then if you choose a man and you gotta still be hard, does that make sense? Like to you, like if you gotta be hard with a man in the house, or be dominant and be masculine with a man in the house, would you stay? I mean, experiencing this now, would you stay? Can you stay? Does it make sense to you? I mean, I don't know.
Like
I'm just
knowing
asking.
this now, maybe if it was before this relationship, probably would, because you just don't know what you don't know. But when you experience something else, then you know something different. So if that's what you like now, then that's what you like.
Do you think it has something to do with who you are? That why I do what I do for you? I know we never talk about this. I never asked this question, so I'm putting you on the spot. Do you think it has to do with who I think you are? That you can live the cooler, relaxed, more chill life?
Um, I think partially
What do you mean?
because, well, first of all, I don't bother you. So like,
Don't bother me.
no, as in like I'm not like I let you like make all your videos
Hey,
in
Julia.
peace.
Hmm.
Like, um, I take the kids away and just like hide them at the trampoline park and all these places. So like I just respect you and that sometimes you need space and then sometimes we do things as a family too. Um, I don't think that I'm like really overbearing. Like I don't bug you. I don't like complain about a lot of stuff. So
Praise God.
I think
Because if you
because
did,
I'm a nice lady.
you're a very sweet person that I enjoy being at home with. That's something I can say. Actually, somebody told me, you know, if he wasn't married, no. If I wasn't married, he's not gonna be you either. If I wasn't married, you wouldn't be. I think I'm married to the person that I was supposed to. I just remember at first, and I said this out loud, and I think people don't understand. At first, Jasmine was not my type, and I'm not just saying this to you guys when she's not here. I think everything I tell you guys, because I know Jasmine heard that I was a whore when you first met me, right? Because being in the military, you heard some things about me. A matter of fact, what made you change? What made you even get curious to even date me, anyways, knowing and hearing those things about me back in the days? Because you heard I was terrible. You even told me that you heard that.
Yeah, but sometimes people just talk because there was rumors that didn't even make any sense. So it was like, if these don't make any sense, like, can you really know for real what anybody is talking about unless you like experience for yourself? No.
So you want to experience it for yourself? Because I was cute.
Yeah,
I was young and cute.
those young and cute too. So
Yeah, but I was.
if not, just I guess find somebody else.
hmm Let me ask you a question, right? And I know we say this on all the time on social media. Do you know your worth? Whatever you think that means. I don't want to tell you what it means. Do you? Because we know we hear a lot of people say, "Know your worth." Do you use that phrase, or do you know what it means, or do you know your worth? Because knowing your worth, you can find this man who gonna provide all for you and make sure that you're good.
So wait, so like when you say know your worth, are you talking like Kevin Samuel know your worth?
Yes,
Or what kind of worth are you talking
yeah,
about?
like Kevin Samuels, know your worth. That is like what I'm talking about. Do you know your worth? Because we hear it all the time. I'm sure you hear it all the time when I watch social media, right? I mean, when you watch.
Yeah, but they're like talking about like, you know, finding someone that's like they're more talking about the physical stuff though.
Is it?
I think so.
No, they're talking about know your worth, ladies. You need a man who can pay all your bills. You know, a man who can do this, and everybody deserves their highest. Do you know your worth?
Uh, maybe not. I know what I'm able to put up with. I know what I'm able to withstand, and I know what I will withstand and what I won't. But I don't know if that's necessarily knowing my worth. Like, do I think I deserve like a guy that's a quadrillionaire or a millionaire? Hey, if I meet him and he likes me, I'll take him. But do I need it? Do I have to have it? No.
What, that six-figure guy?
Six figure guy is that's six figure guy is like it's like a trap.
Is that a trap?
It's not a trap, but it's a trap because it's not real in a sense that there's a lot of things behind that six figures.
Like what?
Like what is six figure like okay, what does six figures really mean? Okay. At bare minimum means 100,000, right? But what's attached to 100,000? Really? Like what's attached to it? Is there a mortgage? Is there a car note? Is there credit cards? Is there student loans? Is there personal loans? Like how much stuff is attached to 100,000? Where that 100,000 is actually really only worth like 20,000.
Because it's your
Because there's so
favorite,
many things attached to it.
like student loans. So then that point is
So
pointless.
then at that point is 100,000 really 100,000? No, it's not 100,000.
So you're saying that find a man with make 100,000?
No, it's you just have to find someone that's I think more money management responsibility is what probably you're actually really looking for. Like you don't necessarily have to have a specific dollar amount because like someone that makes 80,000 and he has no debt. Okay, not say no debt. Maybe he only has, like the regular bills. He has a house, he has a mortgage, and a car note, and his electricity and internet and stuff. Maybe he just has those, right? All of his extra money can go to either saving for something or having a few like nights out or like going on a trip or something. Like, you know what I mean? He has extra money to do things with. Now somebody else could make 100,000, but yet they have a mortgage, they have a car note, they have student loans, they have credit card debt, and now the extra money that you think that they would have, they don't have any. They're broke. And they can't do anything but eat ramen noodles.
The, you on this student loan stuff. I think you hate student loans. I think you mentioned it like 5 times today. Student loans.
I'm just saying, student loans is a kicker because these people be having their student loans in forbearance, and then they come out of forbearance, and then they be knocking them people in the head like $4,000 or $5,000 for them student loans.
So all the stuff that people telling you online to look for is irrelevant. So what? What would you look
I
for?
think I think really the key word is you're looking for a financially responsible person. I think that's what you're looking for. You're looking for someone who's financially
Well, how would you
responsible.
know somebody is financially responsible,
Well,
especially a man?
you're gonna see you're gonna see what he drives.
Like what? Like, give me an example, because I drive some cars over there. So, like what? So, if he drives what?
So like it's a total package, right? So like not to say bad about you, right? But you have expensive cars, right? But you don't buy expensive shoes. You don't buy expensive clothes. Like you don't roll around with big chains or big watches or you know all you have one expensive thing, just one, right? Now if you see someone has like everything's expensive, unless they're like a millionaire, that's probably like a red flag. Now if they're a millionaire, okay, they might be able to afford all of it. You know what I mean? But if they're like a regular person, they got on these Jordans that cost like $300, and then they roll around in this Mercedes or BMW, and then they live in this giant house. Like, who needs all that space anyways? Because you're the only person living in there.
That's what you told me when you first met me. You remember? That's what you told me when she first met me. That's what she told me. I just got divorced. Like, it's my fault, right? Because my ex-wife wanted a big house. I just got divorced, and I brought her to my house once, and she's like, "Why are you here? Why you even live here?" So that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, because it's kind of like it's kind of like, yeah, like why are you spending all your money on this for what? Like you overspending. Like you can tell like people that can manage their money and people who just spend every dollar they have.
So what else should you look for? What else would you look for? Like, if you have to do this again, let's say if you have to start again tomorrow. This is tomorrow. I walk into this house and I never came back. And you're still young. Well, you're not young. You're not that young, but you're relatively young. What would now that you now? I think here's the thing. I think it's gonna screw you because it's gonna screw you because I we didn't remember when we started out. I didn't start being this person.
Yeah.
It took me a while, and then when I realized, hey, I could do that. I should do that because I think I valued us differently, right? So I began to, hey, I don't need you to. Hey, I'll take care of this. Hey, I'll take care of that. But what happens when you leave now and expecting the next man to do that? Do you expect the next man to do that?
Um, in the beginning, I would say no. But if we're on the path to like if we are engaged or to be married, then probably yeah.
You expect him to do that?
If that's the if that's the agreement that we're making.
But what if he's not that man? What if he can't afford the type of stuff that your ex-husband couldn't afford?
Well, then I have to know that up front and be okay with it.
Would you
If I'm really okay to move forward with that.
would you be okay with it?
I don't know.
What you mean you don't know? People do it all the time.
Okay.
So why can't you do it?
Why do I have to do everything everyone else does? Why can't I just do what I want to do?
So now that you have the taste of life, you don't want to go. You ain't going back.
I wouldn't say that I would never go back. I'm just saying like if times are hard and that's all I can get, I guess I have to go back. But
But if you don't, but if you, so if you can't get it, you just stay single.
I wouldn't say I would stay single forever. No, probably not.
Do you think people who are single, who say that they're happy and single, do you think that's true?
Mm, for a while,
For a while?
yeah.
Why you say that?
Depends how much of an inner circle you have. So if you have like a lot of strong out like friendships, a lot of strong family connections and stuff, then I think you could probably be happy. But like people in the military, it's kind of hard to be like single for like 20 years because you don't have those strong ties to communities. You don't have those strong ties. Like yes, like I have strong ties to my family, but like you just don't see them every day. You may see them like once every couple of months. So like you are kind of wanting to find someone that's gonna be, your rock.
Speaking of military, be honest, right? I'm gonna ask you an honest question. Now, you being in that position, in that role, do you know how to act? Do you know how to turn that soft, feminine, sweet, cute thing on? And do you think that when you turn it on, it gives you what you want from certain males?
Yeah.
Oh, so you do it? How did you do it? So, so you know how to turn it on.
Well, I know I do because remember when I used to go to Edwards, the one person that I knew that would give me all the things I wanted,
But you don't think that's
no
wrong?
matter what.
But you don't think that's wrong though?
Hey, sometimes you have to take drastic
So
measures.
what do you do different? Like, what do you do? How do you turn on your feminine, like the feminine side at work? And how do you turn? Like, when do you know that you need to turn it on? And how do you turn it on?
So it's just like, okay, say like if I have to go and ask someone for something that I know I can only get from this one person because that's the one person that you can only get, like you can't get it from nowhere else.
Hmm.
Like this is the top dog in this place, and if he doesn't give it to me, I'm not gonna get it from anyone else because he's the guy. Like,
I want to know. I want to hear this. Okay, keep going.
like you know what I mean? Like like sometimes you like it's not even that you have to be sweet or whatever, but you have to kind of like humble yourself a little bit. Like you just go in there. You knock on the door. You ask if like it's okay for you to speak to them for a moment about something that you need.
But how was your vibe? How was the
Like it's
energy?
it's very like calm, relaxing, like kind of sweet, I would say. Like, but you're kind of like humble, so you're not going in there like expecting them to give you anything, and you're not like you like simply like asking nicely, and like you're not demanding anything. Like you're like very humble about it.
So when you're humble and you relax, you get it.
Yeah,
You're more to get it.
you more like when I'm humble and when I'm relaxed, I probably get it like 9 out of 10 times.
Hmm. So I think somebody's asking, Jazz, does having a man who will lead in stressful situations, when or if they arise, help being feminine at home? Was it hard to trust his lead in the beginning?
Um, was it so? I'll go with the second question first. So, was it hard to trust your lead in the beginning? No, because I already saw you in action.
Because you met me in the military.
Yeah, so I already saw him in action as like a first sergeant. So even though he seemed pretty cocky and stuff,
I wasn't
but
cocky.
he was. He would show out all the time. But like I already saw your leadership, so it wasn't really hard for me to trust that you could lead because I already saw it.
Mm.
Um, but in stressful situations, um, it is good to have someone to like remind you not to stress too much. Like when sometimes I do overstress.
Mhm.
So it is good to have someone to remind you not to stress too much, and you know even though they may not have the answers to what you're looking for, but they still kind of like bring you back to like a little bit of a calmer place. Maybe not all the way down to zero, but they bring you down to a calmer place.
Tony, I know you was there, girl. What's up, Tony? I didn't know you was there. The next question, hey Michelle, the next question: does she feel like most relationships with one partner in the service is is it sustainable? So do you feel like most relationships with one partner in the service, so like me and you, like one of us is in the military, is it sustainable? Do you feel that way?
I feel like that's how the army is designed to work. Um, I feel like that's how the army is designed for one person to be, and then the other person is supposed to be the service member's rock.
Because when we both was in the military, it was a little rough.
So it was rough, but it's still doable. We made it work. Like we figured everything out. Like we had plans. We supported each other, and sometimes you had to pick up the slack. Sometimes I had to pick up the slack. Like we made it work. It can work, but like I think on paper it's meant to be the person that's not in the service supposed to be the rock for the person that is.
Okay. There are a lot of women who get treated poorly at home, but the community only sees his good side. That is true. That is true. Hey, Tamara. um, but so let me ask you, being being in a male dominated industry, the military, um, and having a career, how important is having a partner who supports you or one who doesn't? You know what I'm saying? Like, see, like how when you got to get promoted and stuff, you got to do certain things, go certain places, and you got to do certain, you know, have certain responsibilities that you got to do to make the first, the next cut. How important it is for that man or that person to be secure in himself, because I think a lot of men won't be secure when they're women in the military or in the women in those roles. Why do you think those men are insecure when, say, you are in those roles around men? How would you think? Why would they be insecure? You know what? Let's go to the question. Why would you think, like, you are in a dominant men space, all different men who are fit, men who are high ranking? Because remember, so my ex-wife, her husband that she left me for, right? Or when she left me, I don't know if she was with him before, but it was a military man with a higher ranking, right? A whole bunch of years and older man. And that's who she's married to. Beautiful man. And, fine. Can't blame her because hell, I would do the same thing too. But why would a man be intimidated when a woman is in that position as yourself?
As you just said, why would you be intimidated? Like,
But
yeah,
but
there's
why
there's
why do you think he is?
there's there's people out there that you're right. Like, if they're not in the military, they are being the leader. They are having that like alpha male state. They have money. They have job. They have rank. They have power. They have this. They have that. So it's like it is kind of intimidating.
So what do you do to make your man, or in general, what would you do if you in that type of industry or work or in working with men to
Well,
make your
I
partner feel?
think I think what um not saying that I did purposefully, but just naturally we have lunch. I bring you to my office. Like I introduce you to
See, don't bring
everyone.
me to your office. I'm not a kid. I'm a
No,
grown
but
man. I don't
you
want to
know
come to your
what I mean.
office.
Like you come to a like you're not like hidden. Like every time we have like those sporting events or family functions, I always ask you if you want to come. Like I'm not hiding you. I'm not like, oh, stay at home. You know, like anytime I have opportunity, I'm always asking if you want to go to lunch. Like everyone knows who you are. My commander knows who you are. My commander loves you. Like you're not like a hidden person. Like
So,
everybody just knows.
so for the men who are insecure naturally, why do you think they would be?
Maybe because they're hidden.
They are hidden. You think?
Yeah.
What if they are not hidden but they're insecure? Because I don't think people are hidden.
Then
Do you think women hide men? They're men?
like okay, like if you're married and we have family functions at work, and you never bring your spouse, then your spouse is hidden.
True.
Then your spouse is hidden.
So that's when they will feel
Then
insecure.
they will feel insecure. Because how come everyone else is bringing their families to the thing, but you're not bringing me? I would feel insecure too if I never, or if I was your spouse and you never took me to any of your family functions.
Now, you are the one working in this home. I don't work. I'm retired. As a woman who works from morning to evening, I'm a man. Sometimes you come home and I'm on the couch, right? Sometimes I'm not, but can you be with a man who, especially when you have to work, can you take care of a man? Can you actually financially take care of a man at this stage in your life? Can you take care? Because you see all these, you see, I hear. Listen, I talk to a lot of women, and you hear a lot of women talk about I pay the bills, like the video that we're watching today. Right. So we watched the video today. A matter of fact, let me see something. Let me see if I can play this video, and I want you all to think about this video. Okay. Let me play this video right here because
Oh my
let me just interrupt you guys for a second because I think this says a lot. Where the hell is the video? I can't find the video. Did I delete it? Okay, here's the video.
Shower. I get in the goddamn shower, washing, and she wanna go through my motherfucking phone like it's all cool. You see this junk? See this junk? Yeah, I ain't gonna put this motherfucking shit up there. Guess it fucking do, man. God damn, I can't pay the fucking light bill for my baby mama, man. So my son can get the fucking got that's okay with you. That's that bullshit. Man, I'm not about to let my child sit in the fucking door. You gotta have some fucking heart, man. You gotta have some fucking heart. Yeah, what the fuck, nigga? Just that bullshit I have to fucking go through. Y'all think she's so goddamn innocent, but she ain't fucking innocent. Bullshit, man. Motherfucking man something away because I know her little dummy. What the fuck you started getting my stuff for, huh? Because you think you want to pay a light bill. You want to pay a light bill to make sure your son is straight. And right. You don't give me shit to fuck. Man, I give you enough of this motherfucker, man. No, you don't. That's that bullshit. You need to put my motherfucking shoes and shit back, man. You don't give me shit. You don't give me nothing here. I give you. You want to pay nothing. You want to pay. Talking about? You don't pay shit here. What are you talking about? You don't have the extra money to pay child support plus giving her money for a fucking light bill that she could have paid for Christmas. And what if the fucking shoes on the other foot? What if the shoes on the other foot, man? Huh? It's not. What's the shoes on the other fucking foot? The money to buy that little bag. Y'all see this shit? You see this shit? And she didn't have money. Put my motherfucking shoes back, man. She didn't have money to buy that little boy Christmas. Stop fucking playing with me, man. Yeah, you better fucking stop fucking playing with me. Yeah, I hope you do post it that mercy. Bitch, you see what's fucking gonna happen? I'm gonna put his ass up out of here for paying your fucking bill. Ain't gonna fucking work. Yes,
Man, listen. Number one, if I gotta talk to anybody like that, we're not gonna talk. We ain't gonna be together. If we gotta talk like this, that's a wrap. That is a. I think one thing about you, because when I met you, your mouth was filthy. Remember your mouth was filthy? It was very filthy. You had a filthy mouth. I told you, listen, I can't take out a cussing. If you're gonna cuss, I can't be around you. Sometimes you gotta create your boundaries, right? Yeah, sometimes it is what it is. But you, that's right there will stress the hell out of me. You know what I mean? That would stress me out. But you see how this man right here, he paid his baby mama's light bill, right? And I don't know if it's real or not. I mean, I don't know if it's real or not. He pays his baby mama light bill, but he doesn't pay his bills at home that he lives with his wife because his wife is taking care of the bills, I guess. But he paid his because his son lives with his baby mama, but the light was out. So is he wrong, right? Is he wrong for paying his baby mama light bill when his son lives there and he didn't want his son to be in the dark? I mean, is he really wrong? What do you think?
Well, we talked about this earlier. Remember, like, is he wrong? No, I don't. So, in all intents and purposes, no, he is not wrong for paying the light bill. just that segment is where he's not wrong. But all the other things are wrong with the situation.
Because she's paying the bills.
Well, first, the part that's like wrong is that like she had to find out that he paid the light bill by looking at his phone. So he didn't tell her. So already they started off with bad communication. So at that point, if you like, she probably feels like he's like sneaky, right? Because if you were just only paying the light bill, then why wouldn't you say? You know what I mean? It's a totally innocent, like it's not wrong. Like if that's all you're doing is just paying the light bill, then why wouldn't you say? So and then I have to find out by looking through your phone, so it seems like he's kind of being sneaky.
But why is she looking through his phone
Right?
anyways? You don't look through a man's phone.
Probably because she felt like he was being sneaky.
That intuition, huh?
Yeah, so so at that point he didn't communicate it. She find it. Now she's afraid that maybe he's being sneaky about some other things, so that's probably not the only thing that he's doing. And then at the same time, he's not paying any light bills here. So like it just kind of spirals, like the emotions kind of spiral out of control because it's like what do you call it? Like that domino effect
Mm-hmm.
where like just stuff has been piling on top and now the whole thing comes tumbling down.
But why would you have a man living in the house and not paying the bill? Though? Like that's the part I don't understand. Why would you have a man in your house? Because the fact that she was
Well,
packing his stuff.
we don't know everyone's situation. You know what I mean? Like when you're together for a while, some people have good times, some people have bad times. You know, COVID, when COVID came, it hit a lot of people hard. They might have had a good business, and then
Sure.
all of a sudden, COVID came and everything closed, and they had to close their business. So now, when everything is open, they get a job, but maybe the job that they have currently is not the one that they previously had because
True.
it's just not available. So like is that a reason that you're just gonna toss him to the side and be like, oh, I can't be with you anymore? That's
But people do it though.
that people do it, but that's a bit sketchy though.
It is.
Like that's a bit sketchy. So so in that instance, like I said, we don't know people's situation. So like you saying that you're like she's paying for the guy in the moment, yes, she's paying for the guy, but you don't know their backstory. You don't know all that he's done for her already. He could have done many things over the years. And right now he's just having a bad time.
Speaking of that, I say all these things, but remember when you met me, was I balling?
No.
What you have to say like that though?
That's weird.
What was I? When you met me, what was I?
I think it's just like making it. Like he was probably living check to check.
I was broke. I was barely making it.
He was living check to check.
But why would you give a man a chance when he's broke?
Well, I was living check to check too.
So two people, broke people, should just understand. Hey, because a lot of times, right? I've met many women who says, "Listen, I'm broke, but I need a man who have money because both of us can't be broke."
But if you think about it, if you're two broke people
Two
that
broke
come
people.
together under one household, you shouldn't be broke anymore.
Huh? How's that? Explain that. How not? How not?
Because if you come together under one household, that means that you're eliminating all those expenses. So you're like, if we come together, right? Now I'm eliminating my rent, I'm eliminating my lights, I'm eliminating my electricity, my this, my that. So we should have a little bit more money, shouldn't we? If we come together?
That would make sense, right?
On paper, yeah,
Right,
it makes
right.
sense.
It makes sense. But then how come it's not being done that way?
Because what happens is that they come together and like, oh, I have this extra money, I can buy this new TV, or I can buy this fancier car, or I can buy this gamer thing, or I can buy this really expensive computer, or I can buy 200 pair of Jordans every month because they see the extra money. But what they do is that they spend it.
Well, because they're broke.
They don't give it.
Because they're broke. That's their mentality. They're broke. But I'm saying, but you see a lot of women who say, especially women say this. They don't want they call me broke, right? They call the man broke because he cannot afford the things that she can't buy for herself. So if he can't afford the things that she can't afford, I can't mess with you. But you say if we both are broke, because we both living in our own spaces, paying two rents, paying
Yeah.
two of each bills, maybe when we join forces, we can
But
split
that's
50-50,
but
right?
that's what we did. When we joined forces, we got rid of all this stuff. Because remember, like when we joined together, we had like two of everything. We had two washers, dryers. We had two of this, two of that, two. Like we had like gazillion stuff.
Like we had like 5 cars too, 5 or 6 cars. I always like cars though.
But we were two broke people that came together, and we came together and we like made our situations better. We didn't stay broke.
So you would advise your daughters to it's okay to meet a broke man and
Well, it depends what his like what is his broke status? Like his
I was broke,
broke
Tony. I was broke. I was broke.
like his broke status, like is like do you see that he's willing to try hard at work, or is he just like whatever, like I don't really care, like
So that's growth mindset.
yeah, does he have a growth mindset, or is he like in a stagnant mindset? Like just because someone is broke doesn't mean that they're like a bad person. It just means that they might not reach their full potential yet.
Somebody said a broke man and a lazy man is two different people.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Because the lazy man will stay broke forever. No matter all the opportunities you give him. You can go out there and fill out applications for them and just still stay broke.
I remember when we were broke together. I remember you did this one thing that made me say, one day I'll make you stop paying for your stuff. You remember when you gave me the $200? I don't know if I kept it or not. I don't think I kept
he
it.
did.
I don't think I kept it. I don't think I would have kept your money because I know you were broke. You were broke as hell. I don't know. Single mothers always have money. So I don't know why single mothers are always giving men money. I never understood that. But
No, it was because your phone had broke, I think, and you need to fix the screen. I think the screen had like got a crack in it or something.
was that what it was?
I think.
But you wasn't making money. You was broke.
Nope. I was a lonely E5.
Broke.
Yep.
Check to check.
Yep. And as expensive as daycare
Hmm?
was like $550 a month just for my daycare.
So let me ask you. So not a broke man, but a lazy man. That's the red flag.
Yeah.
What else? What should you stay away from? What if you can do it again? What would you stay away from? Knowing what you know now, because you had your experiences.
Um, Actions always speak louder than words.
Okay.
So you have to watch the actions. Laziness. Um, I would say like overbearing people who just don't let you be you.
Don't let you be you. Don't let you be you. You said.
Yeah.
What do you think that? How do you play? How can you? Do you think that when somebody's letting you be you, you can be more relaxed, be more softer,
Yeah.
be more feminine? Remember when I couldn't stand your voice?
Yeah, just rude.
I used to hate the voice, man. Every time she spoke, she'd be like, "Hey," and she used to just go so high. I'm like, "Why you talk? why are you talking like this? But I think over the years, I finally said, this is your voice. It's gonna be okay. And then when she went to be a drill sergeant, I was like, you gonna take that voice with you? Like that's not gonna work. You gotta change that voice.
I practice. I tried to practice changing my voice, and it just
You practice it?
it didn't work really.
Why did you practice it?
Because you didn't feel so conscious about the voice, so I was trying to practice like a different voice.
Because your voice was so small. So being a drill sergeant, that would be scary because people were like, "Is that a voice coming from a?" Because remember, sometimes like when you order food, people think that you're a kid. When you're on the phone order, where's your mother? People ask you that, right? As a matter of fact, it's funny that we went to the gym today, and this guy was talking to me, and I was like, "Yeah, it's my wife," and he was like, "Dude, I thought that was your daughter. I thought that was your daughter." I'm like, "Should I feel bad or should I just feel bad?" Because we get it all the time. We be in Walmart shopping. Is that your daughter? No, ma'am, that's not my daughter. She is a grown woman, a very grown woman. Getting a bad attitude or pouts if he gets told no or doesn't get his way, gives the silent treatment as punishment. This man who gives up before he can even try. What's the point? Kind of attitude. If it did, not instant or now, that he puts in no efforts or is lazy. Before getting married and being broke, we need a plan for the future and where we go from broke. So Tamika said, before being married and being broke, we need a plan for the future. Is that what we did?
Okay, we never had a plan.
We never had a plan?
We
Do you think we had a plan?
never started having a plan until like I would say maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
No, I think we had a plan before that.
No,
You don't
what
think so?
plans?
4 or 5 years ago? That's it?
I think like maybe like 5 years ago is when we started to actually make plans. Before that, I don't think that we had made like any like real plans.
Let me ask you a question. So we have the people who are looking for a man to pay. I don't know why it's a big deal to pay all the bills, right? For some people, it's a big deal. When a man paying all the bills and a woman is working, what does she do with her money? What is the smart thing? What would you, because you're a very cheap person, you're very frugal. What would you
I'm not
say?
frugal.
So why, as he's paying the bills, what would you do with yours?
Are you asking me what do I do with mine?
Well, what's a smart thing? What's a smart idea? Because you have a huge, you have your own grown income.
You can save. You can invest. You could be the one that provides the fun stuff.
All three, yeah.
You can do all three. I do all three.
So then, what difference between a man paying all the bills and that? If you're gonna still take yours and do some investment for us for the future, so then it doesn't make a difference then.
It does.
How? Like how?
Because it just feels good.
It feels good. That's what it is. It feels good. What you want to feel good for?
Why not? Why can't it feel good?
So that's it. Wait. So that's the big deal.
Because I don't.
I never knew that.
No, in your head, when you're like investing or saving, you're not looking at it as like a bill.
It is a bill.
But you're not looking at it as like a bill. You're just looking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save this money for the future, so that we can go on this trip, or we can buy this house, or we can buy this car. And then, of course, you're investing for like your future, like your retirement and all that stuff. But I don't look at it as like a bill. Like that doesn't have a negative connotation. Like,
So bills
paying my rent has a negative connotation.
How is that negative? You live there.
Because it's just so like, oh, I'm paying my rent.
Somebody gotta pay it.
Yeah, you.
That's terrible though. So it's just a feeling. That's what it's the big deal, a feeling. What if you just remove the feeling? What if you just
But we're human, so you can't remove the feeling.
So does that feeling, not having that feeling, make you softer? Is it a
Yeah.
feeling? Does not having the feeling of paying the bills and paying the rent and paying, but yet you're gonna pay for the investment and pay for the trips, right? Does one having one feeling make you feel softer? Because people say,
Maybe.
I want the soft life.
Maybe.
It makes you feel softer.
I guess.
I ain't never knew it was a feeling. I swear it wasn't. I ain't know it was a feeling. Next time you're at the store, walk up behind Kirk with a Barbie and say, Dad, can I get one, please? Hey, Lily, how you doing? Same thing said with me and my man. They always think I'm his daughter. Helen, but yeah, man. But listen, I think today I wanted to come on here and just talk to Jasmine because when I think I see her differently from how the world sees her, especially the world sees her in this uniform. Um, she's always serious, right? She's in the gym doing her weights. She works out. And so I see her, I don't see her as masculine at all. I don't see her as a masculine person. But that muscular physique, you know, and then when you talk to her, you realize she's really not masculine. She's really quiet and calm and relaxed. Thank you, Tamara. Right? She's calm and relaxed. But I think, in my opinion, I don't think you could have been like that without me. I don't think. It doesn't make sense. I don't think that you could have been like that without the man. I think the man has a huge role, even though a man has a huge role in you being as soft as you can. Because when you have a man, and this is just me talking now, when you have a man that take care of business, you have a man that you could depend on. You have a man that you don't have to worry about your car breaking down, or what if I don't have enough money for rent, or what if I don't, what if the house breaks down, or what if something, the kids get sick. You have a man who's continuously showing up, who's continuously doing what, and it's not even a hard thing. It's just not. It's just naturally. But yeah, you ask for certain things. I don't really feel like doing it, but in the end, everything is being done. When you come home, if the food is most of the times, well, sometimes cooked, right? And if it's not cooked, it's provided for you, right? And the house is safe, and the kids are fed, and the kids are good. And I think that is what makes you soft in that dominant physical world that you live in. I think the man plays a big role. What do you think?
Yes.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I already told you before. I like a lot of times. I just feel like, yeah, I feel like you're my safety net. Even when I'm in the gym, and just a little small thing as like trying a new weight on the bench press. I don't do it unless you're there because I don't think I trust anyone enough.
Yeah,
Even though they're probably good people and yeah, they will catch it. But
it's different.
it's just different. If it's not yet, I'm not trying it. I'll stick with what I know.
Now, here's the next question. Me being this masculine, whatever masculine that is, because I'm not really a hard masculine. I think I know how to switch to, because I'm taking care of the kids when you're not here. Um, does my masculinity depend on you?
But depending on me being soft.
It depend on you being a woman or my wife or my lady friend or my girlfriend. Does my masculinity change when you are out the picture? Do you think you affect my masculinity?
I think you be masculine all the time. It's just whether you're annoyed because someone else is impeding on your masculinity or not.
What do you mean?
Like if you had someone that wasn't able to be soft or turn on their soft side, then it would affect your you might become annoyed because you're not able to be who you want to be because now you're just conceding to someone else in their masculinity.
This is true. This is true. But pretty much a man has to be masculine the entire time. He can't say my masculinity depends on you as my woman that you're gonna make. It's like a woman. Sometimes you depend on me to be feminine.
But so no, because like single fathers have to be.
Both.
They have to find a way to be both. They can't just be, strict disciplinary. They have to find a way to be soft and loving to the sons and to the daughters if they don't have the mother or the wife in the picture. You have to find a way to be soft.
A lot of women can't get soft. And I think it's affecting who they attract. Because if you can't be soft, you're gonna attract soft. If you can't be soft, you're gonna attract soft men, very feminine men, and very men who wants to be taken care of, and younger men. You don't think when you are a hard woman, does a masculine man is he attracted to you? Do you see do you see a leader like do you see a dominant leader drawn to you in your most dominant position? Because you told me when you go to ask for what you want, what especially to the top dog, what do? Right? When you go asking for what you want, you have to humble yourself, you have to relax, and you have to put on that voice, that attitude, and that energy. And I think you have I think that's the key. I think you have an advantage because you can switch in and switch out because you know the power of the different modes. Because if you can't switch out of it, you can't get what you want either. You're gonna have to work hard, extra hard, overwork. But you know how to switch it on and switch it off because you're cute and you know that you're cute and you know when you come approach them, they're looking at your eyes and they're looking at you and you know exactly how to blink.
The blink.
Yeah.
What does blinking have to do with anything?
Because it works. So it's like when I met you, you set me up. When I met you, you were staring at me. You stared and you stared and you stared and it was creepy, but you stared and you stared because you wanted me to check your eyes out. Because you know you got pretty eyes. So you wanted me to bring attention to your eyes and you stared. And for 2 weeks straight, you stared at me. You stared and I was so scared because you never broke your stare. You never broke contact. So I'm looking at you. I'm like, she ain't breaking contact. Just what am I supposed to do? But then I think maybe you always knew what to do. Maybe you always knew. How did you know? Because when I met you in the beginning, you knew how to turn that softness on. So maybe you don't need me to be soft. Maybe that's just natural for you. Because you never had bad luck with men. You always had men all around you. Right or wrong. That's not saying like that. Not not saying like that. But the thing is, she always knew that she was, she had the what do you call it, the opportunities. But I noticed that when I met you, your voice was and your energy and the way how you spoke, it was pretty soft, and I think that's what drew me to you in the beginning. So maybe you don't need me as much. Maybe you just knew that if you wanted a dominant, a masculine, you have to be soft. Did you know that, or you just doing?
No, I just think I think at that time I was just a soft person.
I don't think you were soft.
Yes.
Your mouth was dirty.
I think I was a soft person. I think the time that I actually changed, probably maybe not changed, but grew to be a more
Thank you, Kego.
say have more confidence maybe was when I became a drill sergeant. Maybe I just had more confidence.
Okay. Women are only masculine when they have to be, but with a safe, secure, and masculine men or feminine kicks in. Yep, transitional. I agree. Then she blinked and it was a wrap. She's a balanced energy tomorrow. I think she is now. I think she is. I think because you hear many people. I saw a video, and the video was saying women hate being married. Women, the two unhappiest person is a what is it? Women are the most unhappiest in marriage. And I'm like, damn. And they were saying couples hate each other. And I'm like, but I can see it sometimes
Yeah.
because I see it in certain people. But what makes people who want because marriage has a terrible stigma now. It's a very terrible stigma. It's terrible. It is very bad to be married. It seems like because everybody's like, I don't want, not me. I'd rather be single. What about marriage? Like, do you believe that stigma? Like, is it? It's because you're married, you don't see it, or can you understand why and why? How, in your experience, can you make that stigma go away in your relationship?
I think just this era that we're living in, the era of choices. There's too many choices.
Too many people to choose from.
There's too many choices. There's too many people to choose from. There's too many ways to meet people. There's just too many choices, and too many choices is gonna cause havoc to occur because it's just too many choices. You're like, I have 8 choices. I don't know which one's the best choice. Like I can't pick. Now if I have 2 choices, okay, but if I have 8, how am I gonna cut this list down to 1? And then be like, yeah, this is the best choice. No, you're always gonna be thinking about, is this really the best one? Or do I think choice number 3 could have been better?
But ain't it social media though? You don't think social media has a lot to do with
It's social media, it's all the websites, FaceTime, all those things. Like you can meet anyone. You can meet someone in China and have a whole relationship. And go to China and be with them.
Somebody asked me the other
There's
day.
too many choices.
Somebody asked me, "What do you think about party, relationships?"
Polyamorous?
Yeah. What do you think about a relationship as a woman with a secure marriage? How would you feel about a poly marriage? Because we made a video and you said no, but you walk away. How do you feel about poly relationships? Is that why women? Because you have to understand, right? Here's the reality. Here's the reality, right? Let me give you all the reality. The amount of men that women want is very small. It's a very small percentage,
Mm-hmm.
right? That maybe that 20%, 30%, right? Miranda said that voice could even go even small. That's so cute.
But the thing is, why is that though?
Why is what?
Why is that percentage so small?
Because
Like, can't we open our minds to consider other people?
can we? I mean, can you?
How tall are you?
Hey, we're not talking about my
I'm
height.
just saying, how tall are you? You're not 6 foot.
True. I'm 5'7".
Like,
5'6" and a half. Mm-hmm.
like, are back in the day, you're supposed to be light skinned with pretty eyes. You're not that.
The last give me pretty eyes.
No, yeah, I am. You're not.
People can't change what they like, I guess.
But like,
So you say why is only 20% of people?
yeah, like we can't allow for grace in some areas. Like, okay, get it. You want someone taller than you. I have someone taller than me, but he doesn't have to be 6 foot. I'm 5'4", he's 5'6"
And a half.
and a half. But at the end of the day, he's still taller than me. So what if you're like 5'7" and you find someone 5'8"
Oh, 5'7".
or 5'7"? Like, that's not acceptable.
Not when she got away with put on heels, right? I think that's why. Because when she put on heels, because she thinks in her mind when she put on
Tell
heels,
him to put on heels.
huh?
Tell him to put those things in his shoes.
Jesus.
Both of y'all wear them together. Those lips, whatever those things are called. Tell him to put them in his shoes too.
The half matter right tomorrow. The half matters. The half matters.
But you know what I mean? Like, there's gotta be some way that we can accept, like the army says, we can accept some risk.
Nobody
Like,
wanted the risk.
we have to be able to accept some kind of risk here. Where that number can go from 20% to maybe like 45, 50%. Like, there's gotta be some risk that we can accept.
They want
Gotta
20.
be.
They want 20% of men. The 30% of men is what they want. They don't want. Nobody wants an average, even though average is what there is most. Nobody wants average height, average salary, average income, average looks. Nobody wants average anymore. And so we have 20% of men who having all the babies, right? But here it is. There's a small percentage of men who are financially, emotionally, mentally, and physically attracted. Those men now, women are saying, listen, I don't want that trash. That I don't trust that trash. That over there, those are the raggedy dudes. I rather join a poly relationship where I know this man is on his game. He has a growth mindset. He has a mind of growth, and he's conscious, and he's aware, and he looks decent. If it comes down to that, don't you understand that a lot of women gonna want that man? If you have that man who is conscious, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally aware, a lot of women want that man. You don't understand that maybe I should just because
But my thing is he really all those things? Because I don't think a polyamorous relationship really supports all those things.
What do you mean?
Like being conscious and,
You don't think so?
and being in a polyamorous relationship.
Why is that? Why did they go together?
It just doesn't seem like it goes together. Being conscious and in a polyamorous relationship.
But you remember, it's not a religious thing either. Being conscious is not about
I know it's not about religion, but it just seems like the give, the take, the this, the that, the transfer of it just don't seem like it mesh. It just don't seem like it work.
It happens a lot in this. A lot of conscious men are into party stuff. You don't see that on social media?
No, I see that they say that they're conscious and yes, they're in poly stuff, but
what? You don't think that you could be conscious and have two women, two wives?
I guess.
So you want to understand and say, well, you know what? Maybe we should welcome, since we are secure, maybe we should welcome another woman. You don't think that you will ever get there?
No.
Why? Oh, as long as you don't know about it.
No. Well, I think the problem is that I'm a single child.
You're a single
so
child.
I don't know what it is to share.
That's selfish. So you don't want to share. So if that conscious man, let's say you're married to that conscious man. The man is conscious, financially, you're not gonna meet no other man like him. And he said, listen, this is what I want, this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna have another wife, bring another family, or you can just go. You go.
So it'll be a lot of drama
Why?
because I'll be annoyed.
Annoyed about what? You still get your time.
I'll just be annoyed.
You won't be annoyed.
Yeah,
I think you'll be nice.
No, I'll be annoyed.
We ain't sharing. Somebody said we're not sharing. Hey, Chesney. She said poly relationships are some of the most structured relationships. That's what Tamara said. They're some of the most structured relationships.
Yeah, and I'm not like I like structure, but I also like to do what I want when I'm ready, when I'm willing, when I'm available. Like, I don't want to be like, okay, Tuesday and Thursday is my day. Like,
Sometimes
who lives by that?
a lot of people live by
Well,
that.
I don't live by that.
A lot of folks do it. A lot of
Like,
folks do it.
like I just don't live by that. Like, and my work schedule doesn't live by that either. Like, I may one day have an opening, and I'm like, hey, let's have lunch. And I expect you to say yes.
But what if
Not
I
to say, oh, I'm with my other girl. Wait, what? You're what? Like, that's annoying.
maybe maybe it's like maybe it's supposed to be a group thing.
No,
I mean, not I mean not a group thing, but like friend, like we close.
I don't think that Muslim don't. I think that Muslim don't do it like that. They don't do it as
I
like
don't,
one
I
big
don't,
group. I
I
don't
don't,
think so.
I don't know how it works. I know it works, but I thought about it. You remember I thought about it before. I was like, hey, Jasmine, let's do party, and Jasmine said, no. But then this is stingy to gotta face reality. Most men have a woman at home and still goes cheat. The women just don't know about each other. And that's party too, right? So we also show that the places with highest violence rates and most wars are areas of that follows polygamy. Really? Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. Hey, so listen, I can't keep Jasmine on here for much longer because I know she gotta take care of the little ones, the rascals, because she gotta go work tomorrow. Listen, man, I wanted to come on here just to bring her on because I have to remind her sometimes, hey, you gotta come on here too. Don't forget. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget. You still have to come on here sometime. So I like bringing her on here because I'm not trying to hide her. I like bringing her on here, but I wanted to talk about really and truly because I know I get the question all the time about how can I be soft as a woman and still play those roles as a not as a man, but those responsibilities as the dominant one in the house. And I think a lot of women stay. I don't know. It seems like a lot of women don't know how to turn it on and turn it off. So I wanted Jasmine's opinion of her having a very masculine role at work, physically and at work. And I wanted to just her to explain why or how she can switch it on and off. And I think I personally think in this relationship, I think one of the reasons why she can do that is because a lot of times she knows that the home is taken care of. She knows that everything is taken care of. She ain't got to do nothing when she comes home. She ain't got to fix no car. She ain't got to take no car to. She don't wash no car. She don't have to service taking the cars to the service. She don't have to do all those things, which she will actually. She doesn't. She's not against those things because I think she's not against those things, and I think to have somebody who can be masculine when I leave, I'm not worried about what she's doing because she's taking care of the household. So I don't have to be afraid to leave her and she can handle herself. And I think that's the difference, right? So I think a man, to be honest, I think it would be smart for a man to have a woman who can do both, who can live in that masculine and live in the feminine and switch out and off. I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's a very powerful thing because like I said, if I want to leave for a weekend or go to see my mom or leave, you don't have to call me all the damn time, even though you sometimes do because you want to talk. I don't know what you want to talk about, but you don't have to call me and bother me because you need this and you need that. And how do I do this? You would go outside and wash your own damn car. You would go take the car to get service, and you do that. I mean, you would. I mean, now you don't have to do it, but I seen you do those things, and I think that's why it's easier for me to be that role because I seen you do it. I came with you. You was doing all those things by yourself, and I know that you don't feel like you are not you're too not prissy to not to do it now. So I think that's why I do it. Now, if I felt like you was too prissy to do it, you probably would do it more because I think that's a turn off. I think it's a big turn off. I was told by a woman once. A woman told me once, "Oh, I don't pump my own gas." But you single. I know. So how do you do that? How do you not pump your own gas? I just think that it's masculine. To pump your gas is masculine. So I said, "What do you do?" She said, "I go to the gas station and I act like I don't know how to pump the gas, and somebody helps me." You gotta do all of that? Seriously? I think that's a little bit too much. I think that would turn me off. And I think that's pathetic. I think that's just ridiculous. just because you say that I don't want to be masculine. It's strange, man. It's a very strange thing. But listen, yeah, we should all be in balance. Facts. But listen, man. Listen, thank you all for joining us, having this conversation. I know I wanted to do an hour. We went for 1 hour and 40 minutes. Um, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for communication and feedback and questions and stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys. And Jasmine, thank you guys too. She just don't say it because I think when she's done talking, she's done talking. Right? So you want to say
What? I don't know. What do you call it?
she's not a very social butterfly.
YouTube etiquette.
YouTube etiquette.
No.
She's not a very social butterfly. We've been in the gym talking. Somebody will be talking to her. She just don't know what. I'm like, hey, speak to the person. Like you don't. It's weird. Sometimes I'm like, Jasmine, you don't want to say. No, what do I say? I don't know what to say.
What? I'm not like Joshua, okay? Joshua got the part that I didn't get.
But I like it though because remember the time. You remember when the time when a few years ago when a girl came up to you and said, "Are you married to Hazel?" Do you remember the time? I think it was that girl who passed on. She I think she was in your unit. A black girl. What's her name again? Dowdy. Duty. Oh Lord, what's her name again? You don't remember her name?
Mm.
When she asked you if you were married to me, and you just looked at her and said something, walked away because you didn't want to hear anything else. You didn't want to hear nothing else that she had to say. You didn't want to hear no rumors, no nothing about your husband. You just walked away. I like that. It's smart. Because somebody's gonna be like, yes, why? But you gotta say what he do. That's good. I like it. But anyways, y'all, I'll see you guys later. I'll probably be live more. I want to come live more because I think I like the community, so I want to come live more. Thank you guys for being here and sharing our whatever this is, our conversation. So we see you guys later. Say bye, Jasmine. Y'all have a blessed night. All right. We'll see you guys later. Peace. I think you.